Linda, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I had to go to a different location, so let me know if you can't. Hey, I wanted to take a moment. I know this is our last win the morning for the year, and I know it's probably going to be slim just because a lot of people are out and about today. But I want to touch on AI, and we're going to keep delving into the same cadence next year. Going into next year, i.e., Mondays are value squared, Tuesday is AI, Wednesday is continuing to go through shift, Thursday is market stats, market reports, and then Friday obviously is Good Friday. So we're going to keep working through this cadence and this flow of information and content. But as it's the last of the When the Morning Calls for the year, I want to say thank you to this community who has continued to get on every single morning at 8:15. I know a lot of people don't want to get up this early in real estate, and what I find is the most successful people start their day early. So, completely grateful for all of you for being willing to grow, and then also, obviously, to be a support community here. Incredibly grateful for that. But wanted to wrap up with a prompt, a few things that I delved into this morning, which I would encourage y'all to do so that you could look at where you're winning against the marketplace. So I Googled a good prompt I could use for essentially taking um, my current business, the brokerage business, and the team, National Association of Realtor averages. So a few things I want to touch on really quickly to make sure that y'all are using some of the tools within ChatGPT. First being a prompt optimizer. Everybody has this in their ChatGPT. They should, unless you don't have it in the paid version, but I do have it in the paid version. So I took the prompt I pulled off the internet, and I put the prompt right here, and then I asked it to optimize my prompt. So it took, and then I optimized it so that I could get people say this online all the time. Please don't put this as a prompt into chat. You're not going to get the output you want. So instead of just putting stuff into chat, use the prompt optimizer so that you can then get it to create a better prompt for you to get the output you so desire. Hopefully that makes sense. But instead of just making up a random prompt, go to Prompt Optimizer, make up your random prompt, ask it to optimize it. And then once it rephrases it, then you'll be able to get more of the output that you so desire out of ChatGPT. So, anyway, long story short, I was really interested to see real estate performance. So, this is my prompt. It says, you're a real estate market analyst with expertise in U.S. brokerage performance trends. I will provide you with my 2025 data, including number of property transactions, total dollar volume, and profitability metrics. Your task is to provide an objective performance analysis by comparing the data to national real estate industry benchmarks for 2025, i.e., comparisons, percentile rankings, if available, and highlight how many performance stack ups are against national average. Deliver your assessment as a concise executive summary. So, I'm going to put this in Facebook, and here's a couple of things that you can do to make this easier for you. You can go into my KW, go to reports, right? And then you can pull up over here your multi-year trends. Y'all's is going to look a little bit different, but you'll have your multi-year trends over here. If you don't know how to find it, get with the office and they can show you how to do it. So once you pull your multi-year trends, you could essentially download
Yeah.
this, which gives me
Okay.
year over year, and ask it to analyze. Leslie, you can't hear me.
Yeah, you're breaking in and out a lot.
Okay, let me switch into this internet. Hold on. All right, it's not gonna let me do it. Is that better?
Yeah, you're good right now. It might help if you
I
turn
don't
your
know why I'm
video
having
off.
more issues at the house. Next year I'll get it. Okay, I'm doing that right now. Well, I say that, but my screen shared. Hold on one second. Did y'all hear any of the chat, any of the prompts or no?
Yeah, we heard that.
Leslie, did you hear the prompt or no?
Yes, yeah, we got that part.
Okay, perfect. Let me go back in here. So multi-year trends, please get with the office. Yes, I think Sammy said in the chat, you're only going to have access to this if you've been with the office for a year. However, I want to make sure that y'all know that this is a report that you can pull. And you can see how you're performing against other agents nationally and locally. All that to say, I could take this and then stick this report over here into chat. So here's my prompt. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. Here is my prompt, and I will put that in Facebook. And this is just giving me some averages right here. So this is national benchmark averages. So median transactions is 10 per agent, 2.5 million in sales volume, and then medium gross slash net. The difference between gross is what you're bringing in. Net is after expenses and cost of sale. So most realtors are making 36,000, right? On average, but we're not average, so we need to be making more than that. And then it tells you top performers based on real trends and the thousand. And then over here it talks about brokerage profit, gross margins. I'm sorry, gross margin is 10%. And just gives me all these different baselines. Okay, so then I wanted to simplify it. So I just said, keep in mind I'm running two different businesses, team business and brokerage business, right? And I put with positive net count. And then over here it says, this is how I'm performing. You're cleared the Real Trends verified team minimums. So I'm a team minimum, right? I'm below the 1,000. So I'm below meeting the 100,000 team agent pace, right? So if I'm going to be on the 1,000, I have to do 657 sides, 443 million in volume. So that's a benchmark that I should work towards with the team, right? So I'm nationally benchmarkable, i.e., I'm verified eligible, but I'm not yet, which is obviously difficult to do because you'd have to do over 443 million, and I'd have to do 657 sides. There are plenty of Keller Williams teams doing this. Across our brokerage nationally. So this is not of that. All right, down here it tells me the brokerage business, and it tells me from a brokerage side where we're performing. It says scale reality check versus the national giants. It says the bottom line in the Real Trends eligible top brokerage universe and running at scale, that's multiple times the typical multi-firm office. Strong growth signal for positive net agent count. So it's saying that we are running very much a productive, profitable business based on brokerages nationally. Because it's saying 500 sides, we did well over, what did we do? We've done over 26, almost 2,700 units to date. So y'all could use this data from the office if you're new. You're with a brokerage that does over 2,700 units a year, and that doesn't even include December. And we also sell over 4 million in volume. I'm sorry, 824 million in volume. And we're actually trending up year to date for closed volume when everybody else is down. So I just want to make sure that y'all understand a few points here. Optimize your prompt to get the most output out of it, right? And then use that to see how you're trending in terms of your real estate performance based on national averages. So all that to say is, as we wrap up the year, I want to make sure that y'all are taking a moment to celebrate where you are and also look at, hey, how am I performing against national average? And if you're not at the 35,000, 36,000 in net, of your real estate business, we've got plenty of coaches on here that want to get you there so that then you can get from 36,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 in real estate, which at that point you are 3xing on average what real estate agents do. What are y'all hearing me say? What are y'all hearing me say out of this?
I'm hearing utilize the prompts.
Utilize the prompts and the prompt optimizer. Make sure y'all know where to find that. Thank you, Tracy. What else? If you're use this data to your benefit. If you're not looking at the data, then you can't take that data and make it work for you, right? So use the Keller Williams office data to see how we're performing, and then also use your data to see how you're performing. So if you can look at that, then you've got a benchmark of next year and where you can go. And I would encourage you to set those reasonable goals and not ones that seem so out of reach that you don't go along in the journey, right? Like you need to make sure if you're at, I'm just saying, if you're at 35,000 in net income, your goal is to get to 50,000 in net income. If you're at 50,000 in net income, your goal is to get to 75,000. Why am I talking net and not volume? Leslie.
Because that's what you're actually making after you've paid out all of your expenses and everything.
Correct. So, I mean, I tell all agents this, I don't care about your volume. I want to know what you're bringing into your household. Same thing with teams. And the reason why that's called net profit. And the reason why is you could do a ton of business and make zero money. But in order to have a life worth living and a business worth owning, you've got to have the net profit in your households. So, all that to say, I want to make sure, thanks, Sammy. I appreciate that. The office is crushing it, obviously. And our team did extremely well this year. However, I would like to be in the 1,000. So that's something that it's a goal for me in order to increase that production. So as I wrap up the year, I just want to give much gratitude to this group. We are going to be back on, I believe, on the 2nd. Leslie, is that what we said?
Yes,
That's a
back on the
Friday,
2nd.
I think. Is that right? Back on the 2nd. Please take some time to rest and reflect and just get a minute to recharge. And I just, again, want to give many, many thanks to all of you for inspiring me to do these calls every morning. I pray that you have gotten something out of this that helps you increase your business in 2026. If there's anything I can do for you all in the meantime, please let me know. But here for you, here to support you, and let's go grow in 2026, y'all. I'm ready to take some market share, and I'm ready for y'all to grow your income so that we can then give back in the communities in which we serve. So Merry Christmas to all. Super grateful. Love y'all. Have a good one. Be safe. I'm here if you need me.